Hello everyone, good evening. It's Connor 500 on Saturday night. We've got a special episode. I'm joined by Mark Karosky. You may have seen him on the Racing Post Live. He also does a bit of work for Betfair. Hello Mark, it's nice to have you here tonight.
Yes, it's great to see you, Connor. Obviously a dear friend. Obviously we've got a bit of history within the industry. Happy to be on this episode to have a bit of crack, talk about today's betting and obviously how we met as well, and some stories along the way to keep the listeners entertained.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. We'll start off. We'll have a bit of a recap about today's bets. We'll go into where we met because I think that may be interesting for some viewers.
Yeah.
Our experiences of the trading room. We both worked in a small bookmaker's office. This is how we met a few years ago. I've got positive experience of it. I don't know about Mark. We'll go into that a bit after. We're going to have a recap of today's bets. Okay, so the main race today you had to concentrate on, which is what I said earlier in the video, was the 340 at Newmarket. It was 8 each way with Sky, 7 each way with Fred Hills and Paddy and other firms as well. You had to concentrate on that. I've done a bit of a calculation on my bet today. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I just want to get this out there. So we took a win price of 80 to 1. Okay, so we took win price 80 to 1. The real win price was 100 to 1, which we're going off the Betfair exchange there. That's as close as you're going to get to the reality. It really is, which is a minus EV of 20%. You're taking 80 to 1, real price 100, minus EV 20%. Okay, so the place price we took, because if we're taking an 80 to 1 shot, that means we're getting 16s on the place. The real price, according to the Betfair market in the 8 each way market, in the 8 place market, was 6 to 1. So we're taking 16 to 1, about a 6 to 1 shot. In the 7 place market on Betfair, at the off, it was trading at 8 to 1. It was trading at 8 to 1 to place in the 7 place market at the off. Bearing in mind, we're taking 16s. I don't want to make this too long-winded, but so the EV, if you're looking at that, the EV for the 8th place, if you backed it with Sky today, 80 each way with Sky. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. If you backed it with Sky today at 80 to 1, I'm losing my train of thought, but we're not going to stop the video because anyone who's watching this is just casual anyway.
Yes, the thing is, Connor, that type of behaviour from my end of the spectrum, that's the sort of thing that you get your account closed for. I can see what you're doing. You're obviously getting mass value in the place market. You're getting bigger odds and you're getting additional places. That type of behaviour isn't really tolerated by bookmakers, and it's a fast track to getting your account closed. I can see exactly what you're doing. It was a great bet, a great value bet, and overall, just sort of looking at the Cambridgeshire handicap today, it actually obviously it was a good result for you. I know you had a really good result there. Obviously the second,
not with the one on the channel, but with ones we spoke about privately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if you had a right good result, I mean, you cleared a good amount of bags on that race. You can't really complain about that. And
I did. Yeah.
The second, the joint favourite, Animat, was second as well. So it was a good result for the industry. A little shout out as well to Zosimus. I actually put this one up on my own podcast, In the Saddle, on Thursday. I put this up. It was actually around 40 to 1. It was Donna O'Brien and Wayne Lorne. I put up 40 to 1. It's went off 80 to 1. It was 100 to 1. It's went off on the day. So
100 to 1.
And getting 20 to 1 a place, 7, 8 places on the sportsbook. So hopefully a few people backed that one. But I think it's quite funny. I was talking to Lucky Loaders. He was quite sweet on Naval Commander, and he was a bit of a storm that he got a dead heat basically for 8th, and he just missed out on the place money at 80 to 1. But he was unfortunate. But
great bet.
Yeah, it was. Like we've got a lot of good bets this week. As you say, it's up and down. I think another good bet that we had during the week was a race at Lingfield during the week. When we had actually spoke. It's probably a good thing to tell the listeners here is we actually speak daily. What we're going to do. Obviously, we have different methodology in how we come to our selections, but we'll obviously always take each other's advice on board. Because there's not many. I wouldn't say there's many people like us think the way we do. Right profits, return on investment. Like that, was it Cullen, Brian Meehan, first time out? Obviously, that I'd had a little bit of a word for this first time out 2-year-old training around 14s, and it was a bad each way race as well.
Right, okay.
And I know obviously we did speak, and it went about 40-1 at one stage before it went off. And
oh, I know the race you're on about now. I know the race you're on about. Drifted right out, comes back in.
Yeah, and it was unlucky as well. And it probably would have won. I mean, obviously the odds-on favourite, I think Rab Havlin got first run, and had already had 2 runs already, so had a bit of experience. Ours was first time out, and it was quite green under pressure. But I think next time out, it'll probably beat that one by about 5 lengths. Definitely one for the Notebook Cullen of Brian Means. But yeah, just obviously a little bit of background there as well. Like, we do talk daily about sort of strategies and how we're going to make profit, basically.
Well, that's it. At the end of the day, that's it. I just want to try one quick thing there, because I did win on the day, because I've got this one here. I've got I've got a slip here. Let me just get rid of the, because I'm on Bedouin Story. I'm on the lot here. I'm backing the absolute lot. I'm using the SS. Today I was big on the SSBT because I was in shops that I'm banned over the counter on. Okay, so on the channel it's a loser because I've advised an 80-1 on the channel. The problem is, in a race like today, especially when you're 7-8 each way, you can back a lot of the field, a lot of the outsiders, and it's going to be sheer value. You can just go through the outsiders. But I can't possibly come on a video and I can't tell people to back 10 horses. I can't do that. I can't say back this, back this, because I might as well just say back the whole field.
You recommend with the most expected value. That's the way
exactly
there is. Yeah,
exactly right. Yeah, there was a lot more value on the one that I did tip than on Bedouin Story. Yeah. But obviously, I'm just going to go through the field back. I just wanted to clear that up because I know that the viewers will have seen a loser today and they'll be wondering why I've won effectively. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can totally understand that where you're coming from. Like, you probably wouldn't have the time as well to tip up 10 horses. A lot of people just want maybe 1 or 2 max. But the thing is, realistically, if you're a punter and you're genuinely serious about making profit, a 30-runner handicap, I mean, you've got to be betting more than 1 or 2 if you're getting additional places in.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, that's it. You have to. You have. I mean, you don't have to, because if you're a casual punter, if you got your £3, you got £3, you want to bet that. That's perfectly fine. Pick one horse out. But if you're looking to start making a few moves, you want to start backing multiple horses in the race.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think to be honest, that's the recap I want to do today. I mean, I had a few other horses. It went okay. There was a couple of non-runners in one, which may have ruined the place terms for some people. I don't want to go into that too much. Let's go back a few years.
Yeah.
Where are we going to say the name, or are we? I mean, I've only got positive things to say anyway. So.
Yeah. Obviously, I know that we worked for Jeff Banks for a number of, a good amount of time. So maybe 3 years ago, was it? 3 years ago?
It was in mid 2018. We worked there in Sunningdale.
Yes, things were normal back then. I agree with what you're saying there. Like, I only have positive things to say about that role. It was a really good grounding for me. And obviously, Jeff gave me an opportunity at the time. I wouldn't be where I am now if you didn't give me that opportunity. And like, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, there's some really good people working there. I really like Jeff. I've got a lot of respect for him, you know. And obviously, he plays the pantomime villain sometimes, but he's actually really sound. I've got a lot of time for him. Yeah. And obviously, I met you as well with some other people. Stayed in touch. We learned a lot there, you know. Like, you learn a lot from people being in these training rooms.
You do, yeah, you do. I loved the time there. I was punting for about 3-4 years before that. I was full-time punting, but it was a nice thing to do for a few months. It was a nice favour from Jeff. It came in handy. I loved working in the trading room. It was a nice atmosphere. I thought it was a nice general atmosphere, nice bit of banter through the day. We're obviously both massively interested in gambling anyway, so I thought it was a great job. Is there any sort of particular aspects that you want to discuss? Or
probably hindsight that I probably left too quickly. I wish I'd stayed there a bit longer, you know. I think I could have done a bit more sort of like the podcast side of it. But it's what it is. Here we are. But yeah, no, it's all positive experience from being there.
What was that bet that we had at that time in the office? It was what was it, an £800 treble that we punted in the office?
I landed a £26,000 fourfold.
Was it £26,000? What would it paid out?
It's 26,000 fourfold. I landed. I backed them. I think I had about 20, 25 or 30 quid each way. I was trying to get money on with a specific bookmaker. I was trying to get 100 each way, but they only gave me 22. I got the bet on though, and obviously I put some money on for the business as well. So can't really complain. And that was a right good day, you know. Can't complain.
Oh yeah,
you were in the office because I remember. Do you not remember you were sitting at the table next to me, and I said to you, "You want to bet this? You're going to bet it because I'm on," and you never did.
I didn't back it. I didn't back it.
No.
Because I stick I stick very strictly to what I do. You know what I mean? I'm always very strict on that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's, you know, that's just the way. That's just the way. Yeah, I love the time there. I like getting involved in sort of the trading of the, you know, the managing of the customers and stuff like that. You know, you learn a lot, you know, from reviewing, for example, just so when you're working in a trading office, as you know, this is more for the viewers, any new client when you're working for a small bookmaker, any new client has to be viewed with some suspicion, because there's usually two reasons that a customer will end up at Jeff Banks. They're either banned from everywhere else because the bookmakers have closed them. They've either been closed because no one signs up at Jeff before they signs up at 365. It's just a fact. So they've either come to Jeff's because 365 closed them, everywhere's closed them, and they're now, you know, for that, or they're there because they've closed themselves. To be honest, they're there because they're self-excluded everywhere else, and they've. So what I'm trying to say here is, you get a very large proportion of clients that you do not want. So when you are managing something, you really. Sorry, I'm not amazing at these long videos, but we're just going to go with it. I'm assuming everyone who's watching is going to be kind to us, or kind to me. I can't bloody remember what I'm saying at all now. Can't remember what I'm saying at all.
I do understand with what you were saying there, because I do remember sort of like being in a trading room. Your sort of main remit was sort of like looking at the accounts, because you were able to see things that other people weren't able to see. Because obviously mathematically you're absolutely on it, and you think about things differently, you know. Definitely in the 2% in that front. That's why we probably get along so well, is because we have a different approach. And I would say that we both trust each other's judgment as well. Like definitely. Like realistically, I've probably only ever said to you, maybe since we've met, maybe I've probably gave you 6 horses that I've said these are certainties and they've all won.
Yeah. I was thinking it's only going to be about, I think about 4, 5, probably 6 horses you've given. And this is going over the space of a few years.
And they've all won at prices as well. Do you remember that one at Ayr, that 11-2 shot? Remember that?
I'm just trying to. I can't bloody remember, but I know that quite a few have happened. And going over the years, quite a few have happened.
Now we've had some good times, and obviously we've had some close touches as well. It's probably a good thing to talk about this as well. We had a real couple of close calls. Like we had that, I wouldn't call it this dirty treble we had on. Was that a Trixie we had on? At the £60 Trixie.
Are you on about the Australian?
No. This was one in Galway. You know, we had a 6-1 shot. I've actually got it here. Actually, we had a 6-1 shot. Was it 6-1 or 8-1? One sec. 6-1, 4-1, and it was a 40-1 shot.
Was it Hearts for Trumps? Hearts
for Trumps, yeah. And the other two absolutely hacked up, and we're waiting on this JP McManus third string in the Galway hurdle. For 22k, and it was trading about 40s on Betfair at the time. And Jody McGarvey was on it, right? And I'm sitting watching it, and he's come there on the absolute staff, absolutely cruising on the bridle. He's hit the front jumping the last. He's hit even money and running, and it's just stopped. And I'm thinking that's just cost me and 20k, you know?
Yeah.
We still got back about 1800 with each way.
We did, yeah.
Jeez. 20 bags, you know, just beat as well.
We were punting quite big at this time, weren't we, on a few different accounts? Was this just after the first lockdown? Because that's
I think so. Yeah, we were betting the Australian stuff as well. We were betting.
We were big on the Australian last year.
Yeah, the value was absolutely incredible. Like, man, it was a funny one. Do you remember the 1-25 dog that we bet against?
I do.
We bet against.
Big, didn't we?
Unbelievable. Like, we backed about 5 runners in this 8-runner race, right? And we bet against a 1-25 dog. And the 1-25 dog wasn't even in the free. It got smashed at the first round, and we still never got the winner.
Exactly, yeah. It's mad. Those Australian races, nearly every race is a bad each way race. It's just bad each way race after bad each way race. I just want to say for the viewers, you can't. Can you get on with any firms each way at the minute on Australian? I'm not even sure.
The harness is SP now, unfortunately. You used to be able to get that for a bit. That was some of that stuff. Absolutely incredible, you know.
I live for the Australian harness.
Like you'd see like 1-10 shots and 1-20 shots galloping at the start and they're completely out the race, you know. And then the dogs, you can still get on with Labrooks and Boyles.
Yeah, of course you can. Sorry, yeah, of course you can.
So you can still get on. But again, like, yeah, there's definitely money to be made in those markets. I think Bet365 offer some prices as well.
What's that, sorry?
Bet365, I'm pretty sure they offer some prices as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you can punt Australian dogs in Ladbroke shops. If there's any aspiring arbors out there watching this, get yourself to Ladbroke shop early on in the morning. Start punting the Australian dogs each way. Just get your Betfair up on your mobile.
Do you remember the good old days where we used to punt the American racing, where like Ladbrokes, the price feed was about a minute behind the Betfair exchange, and we're like punting this American, like it'd be like even money on the exchange. No, it'd be even money. No, it'd be 1-2 on the Betfair exchange, 1.5, and you'd be getting 6-4 in Ladbrokes, you know. And then a minute later, 4-9, you know.
Do you remember Shepherd's Bush? Do you remember that time in Shepherd's Bush?
Finger Lakes.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. That's where it was. Finger Lakes. We've both gone to back the same 10-1 shot. Its trading must be 5-6s on Betfair at most. We're having a drink in Shepherd's Bush. There was only one Ladbrokes right next. That's all we had, wasn't it? We could only punt it with Ladbrokes. That was it. The price was only available with Ladbrokes.
Do you always remember about that? We were sitting there watching it, right? And it's going round the bend and it's about fucking 5 lanes clear, right? And you turned.
Did you have a turn on each way as well?
Yeah, we both smashed it, right? And then it's round the bend 5 clear, right? And I remember it was like sloppy going as well. It was really bad, like muddy, right? And I remember he turned to me and said, "Do you want the slip? Even money, I'll give you the slip." And I'm looking at you. I'm like, it's 101. What's wrong with you? I went away and won by 15 lengths, you know, absolutely hacked up, you know.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I think I must have been watching the trading on Betfair. If I've offered you evens, it was probably trading at 2 still or something on Betfair.
You had me there telling you that it's all over. It's all over.
But yes, there's a lot. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else worth sort of discussing about Jeff's situation back in the trading or anything like that?
No, like all positive from there. Like absolutely positive. Yeah, I enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, me too. No, yeah. I'm just trying to think whether we've got anything else to discuss. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, no, it's been good to catch up. Obviously, I know the channel's going well just now. You should probably even consider maybe doing like a recap every Sunday as well, just catching up on what the bets have been like this week. It's been pretty up and down. I'll probably say for both of us this week. Like I've had a lot of unlucky seconds. I had a 50-1 double on Wednesday. I had that Bozzy Pop 14s and I had Sea Appeal. Was it Thursday? Could have been Thursday, 7-2. I mean, I've travelled all the way around in front of Ponting and I've been nutted on the line. I'm 101 and running, you know. And then obviously Sea Appeal absolutely hacks up, you know. But you can't win them all.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I definitely think some sort of ongoing, some sort of weekly recap video or anything like that. This one's just a practice one, really. And also, you're doing me a favour, really, because I'm trying to get, as people know on my channel, I'm trying to get the watch hours up. The reason for that is YouTube, they put adverts on everyone's videos now. And what they're doing is they're keeping all of the advertising revenue for themselves. However, once I reach 4,000 watch hours, I'm only half of the way there now, so it's a bit of a way to go.
Yeah.
I'll be able to start getting revenue myself. I'm finalised on the charity I'm going to go. Well, it's going to go towards an Irish children's charity, which is where I'm hopefully going to be moving next year. So the proceeds from the channel will go to a children's charity in Ireland. So you've done me a favour in helping me do this video to get these watch hours up, really, because it's better off going towards that than it is for YouTube to keep it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. Yeah, it'd be good to actually hear like people's feedback as well, like even in the comment section, any unlucky bets they've had this week, or any big wins that they've had as well. One thing as well for next week, actually, just obviously the listeners, potentially there could be a bit of a coup happening on Tuesday. I don't actually have all the information right now, but I would definitely keep your eyes on the markets on Tuesday morning, because I think there's going to be some price movement on some runners. I think that's all I can say at the moment, but definitely keep your eyes on the market on Tuesday.
Sounds good. Okay, that sounds good. I think we've discussed everything there. Like I said, it's more of a practice run. I'm sure the viewers will be kind to us. We're not going to edit it that much. Let's just get it out there. And also, yeah, one other thing for anyone who's still watching at this point, any questions that they'd like answered, if there's any particular question that perhaps the punter would like answered, throw it out there. I'm more than happy to answer it, no matter what it is. Give us a bit of content to discuss, anything like that.
Yeah, like I'm more than happy to support whenever necessary. Obviously, as you said earlier, we're in daily contact anyway about bets and how we're going to play the game. See, that's a strange thing as well. Like maybe something we could have talked about, like tipsters in general. Like with me and you, like we actually genuinely both want each other to win. But,
yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
like you don't get that. You don't get the love from everyone.